Anyone can go. Am I audible, guys?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Who wants to go first? Nobody? We're still sleeping, is it, in the Sunday morning?
Yeah, let me go first. Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi
Sure.
wabarakatuh. This is Sayyid Shahid Ali Afsar. So I'm technical lead in IBM more than 20 years now, and I am working from Hyderabad. So the topic is very interesting. So I thought let me take this opportunity to learn from Tauqeer Bhai. So that's the reason I joined this meeting. But fortunately, Saib Bhai is asking me to host this session. Jazakallah khair.
Great. That was a great introduction. Yeah. Who else? Who next? Yeah, we have someone unmuting. Go on.
Jyoti here.
Hello, Jyoti.
Good morning, everyone.
Very good.
Yeah, I am I'm working for the Fortune Group. So through my company, I got the link and I'm into sales. So definitely I look forward to learn more about the time management, and I hope I believe like there will be more to learn as well.
Yeah, sure.
So I'm looking forward to learn more. But this is my first class is what I'm joining in now.
Great. Hope you have a excellent takeaway.
Yeah, and I'm from Bangalore.
Okay, great. Yeah, team 2 are done. Anyone else? I'll give one more chance, just one more. Who wants to introduce themselves? Grab the opportunity.
Assalamu alaikum.
No.
This is Farooq from Bangalore.
Yes, Farooq.
I have 17 years of experience in software development. Currently, I have taken a break from my career. Want to do something of my own. That's the reason I've taken a break.
Wow,
I find this topic quite interesting, time management, because this is the basic fundamental that leads any person to success if it is properly managed. So
Yes.
time is very important. So it really, the title attracted me, and I thought let me attend and inshallah take some key aways from this session.
Sure, inshallah.
Thank you.
Okay, great. So let me introduce myself before we get started. Assalamu alaikum, everyone. Hello, and my name is Mohammed Tauqeer. I'm presently a risk analyst at Amazon Development Center here in India, Bangalore. And my prior work experience is with EY in audit and tax. And my qualification, I've done a BBM from Christo Jayanti in finance, and then I did MBA with full scholarship from Ramaya Institute of Technology. And public speaking is something which interests me a lot, and a few of more hobbies are I like photography, and I like debates, quizzes. I like participating in those, and I like conducting meetings. It's not part of my work or profession. I take it up as a passion, and that is pretty much about me. And now coming to the topic, so as we know that we are going to discuss about one of the most important topics and one of the most basic topics which everyone should know about, which is time management. I'll make sure I put in my efforts completely, and with my experience, with my knowledge and examples, I will put my 100% and 200% to make sure your time is valued and you have very valuable takeaways at the end of the session. So how we'll go is we will proceed with the presentation, and in between I will give you time for Q&A, and also in the end, because I don't want this to be a monologue, one-way presentation. Let us make it very interactive so that we are awake, and also we make sure that it is interactive and interesting. And one more tip, what I would like to give is there will be some important points coming forward as we move with the presentation. I request we may take down some notes. That will be very helpful. Yeah, can anyone confirm my voice and my present, is my screen visible and is my voice audible? One confirmation before we kick start.
There is.
Okay.
I think before we start, one request to the all participants. I think whenever you are speaking, only that time you just unmute yourself. Otherwise, make sure you are muting. And even don't switch on your video while the presentation is going on, because we are taking this presentation while we are at home and busy with families. So the background noise might distract the class. So I request all the participants to make sure we follow these basic guidelines. Okay.
Yeah, cool. Thank you so much for that important point. And if at all we hear some background, we will just go ahead and see our microphone, whether it's on mute or unmute, and do that check whenever we have a background. Okay. So let's get started. Time management. The first, just give me 1 second. This is acting crazy. I don't know, it's a technical glitch or not. Just a minute, guys. Thank you for your cooperation. I don't know, it's a technical glitch. It's not moving forward. Is my screen visible? No, not now, right? Just 1 second. Just give me 1 minute. Okay. Let's try this now. Because of working from home, we have become pros and setting right the technical glitches by ourselves. Let us see if it works. Yes. Okay, awesome. So there are two types of people. I don't want to give any definition on time management or anything. Let's get started like this with an example. There are two types of people. You can see by the example of these ropes here. The one in the left, towards your left, looks very organized, neat, and in place. And the right one is very jumbled and it is not at all organized, and it's tied in a very unorganized way. So by this example, what we can understand by this simple example is, when the first rope which you see, which is very organized, it looks very neat, very disciplined, and whenever it has to be put to work, that can immediately be put to work because it is very organized and set up in a very good manner. But to the right side, we should first organize it and then we have to put it to use. So similarly, there are two types of people who are, number one, who are very organized, disciplined, planned. They can be approached very easily and they can be used as a very valuable resource very easily. And coming to the other hand, the people who are very unorganized, unplanned, first of all, they have to get organized and then they have to be put to the work. So this is a small example. Second is myths about time management. Just to check, my screen is visible now, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, okay. So myths about time management. What are the myths we have? Number one, time management is nothing but a common sense. So this is one of the major issues which we have on time management. A great myth is I don't have to learn time management. It just comes within. It is something which is very natural and a common sense. So it should be inbuilt. We don't have to practice it to bring it in our lives. So this is one of the reasons why we don't take this seriously and we don't take it as a subject or a topic to learn and practice in our lives. The second is I do well in school, college, or office, so I must be managing my time effectively. So this filter we have is that I was a topper in my college, I was a topper in my university, I'm the best employee in my office. So that means this is evidence that I am managing my time properly. This is not the scenario. We can see that people who are successful in their professional life, they are not able most of the time to give their time to their families. They lack in that, that personal touch is missing because of giving their dedicated time. They feel if they are successful in their careers, they are managing time effectively, but when you go and speak to their families, they will tell you that no, they are not balancing time. um, they are 100% in their office, but they fail to give that valuable time to their families. So this is the another myth, that we feel if we are good in school, college, or in our office, we feel that we should be able to manage time effectively. And the other myth, it takes all the fun out of life. We feel a person who is organized, disciplined, who is managing time properly, who has his to-do list, who has his day planned, we feel that this takes the fun out of life and it is something very boring. This is one of the myths why we don't give this topic importance. Say, the next one, time management. I work better under pressure. So this is one of the what do I say? This is one of the reasons people give for not planning their day. What they say is, no, no, no. If I plan my day and if it is very organized, then I will be in the comfort zone that I will work only when things are set right, and I will not be able to work under pressure. So what they feel is if they don't manage time, they will be able to receive and fulfill any ad hoc request. And they feel if I don't have this habit and if I have a proper time management, maybe I'll lose this quality of working under pressure. This is a myth, actually. The next, no matter what I do, I won't have enough time. So this is one of the reasons people give that no, I have tried so many to-do lists. I plan my day, I do this, I do that, but then at the end of the day, my tasks are still pending, and time management, it just doesn't work for me. I don't have enough time. Now, let's see the truth about time management. Number one, it increases productivity. When you manage your time accordingly, when you plan your day, when you have those to-do lists, when you organize your day, when you divide the work, what happens is it increases the productivity, it increases the quality of work, because you're not in a rush. You are before time or you're on time. So that way you're already prepared to take up the task and give your 100%. You're not in a rush, and you don't have any, you have taken those proactive measures to make sure the work goes smoothly. The second is it reduces stress. As we saw in the myths, people say that I work better under pressure. But once you manage time effectively, that stress is not completely eliminated, I would say, but significantly eliminated, close to close to 100%, we can say, if not 100%. It reduces stress because your day is organized, you are very planned, and you don't have to take up expect anything ad hoc, since you have everything planned. So it reduces stress, which is one of the major advantages. The next is it improves self-esteem. We have seen that whenever you meet a person whose day is very organized, who has planned or set timings that in the morning he's here, and from 9 to 6 he's on office, and after office he goes here. A person who practices that time pattern, automatically people start respecting him, and they follow his schedule. He don't have to follow anybody's schedule, but all people, they become flexible to his schedule because he's principled, and that's how it improves the self-esteem. The next is it helps achieve balance in life. As I said in the beginning, the people who are who reach the pinnacle of success in the business world or in the corporate world, usually 9 times out of 10 we can say that they miss out on their family life. This is because they don't set priorities right, and they give most the chunk of their time, the bigger chunk of their time, it goes into achieving the success in professionally, and that's how they miss out in giving the valuable time which the family deserves at the time of joy, at the time of sorrow, whatever it is. So time management is one of the major keys that will help you in balancing life. We will see how to implement that going forward. And the next is it increases self-confidence. So when you're managing your time effectively, you are prepared for the day, and people respect you, and the quality of work increases, the perks increases. This automatically, your health is very balanced, your work life is very balanced, so this automatically brings in that self-confidence in you. And the last one, helps you reach your goals. This is very important, that when you manage time effectively, how you test that, how you evaluate that you have managed time effectively, is the evaluation of how well you were able to achieve your goals. So this is one of the major perks that we take when we effectively manage time, is we reach our goals. The next, okay, so before we start with this table, any questions till now? We have discussed what is time management, what are the myths of time management, and what is the truth. How is it going? Am I audible? Is the sound proper? Are we relating with the presentation?
Hello,
Are you guys?
Tauqeer.
Yeah.
Hello. Yeah, Tauqeer. I'm Faizan Sheikh. Assalamu alaikum. So, yeah, it's a very good presentation. Your voice is also very clear, and you are giving a good examples also. Really appreciate that. So can I ask one query?
Sure, definitely. Go on.
So, Tauqeer, actually, as a time management is a key factor, but in time management, as I see in my day-to-day life, a main break point is an overthinking problem, because our mind is one kind of a monkey mind, which keeps jumping from here to there. So, so it's very difficult to be in a present moment, which will utilize our time. So, overthinking is wasting our time more, because so psychology says bricks a mind do not work on deletion algorithm. It only works on replacement algorithm. So overthinking is wasting our time, because we only keep thinking about our past depressions, or future worries, etc., future or either past. So can you have any solution in this, so that we can utilize time in a, because if I plan, for example, suppose if I plan for 15 to 20 minutes bath to complete, but due to overthinking some problem, it takes around half hour. So here 10 minutes are wasting in this overthinking. So even I found some ways, like some tell do meditation and do write your thoughts in some notes, etc. Even if
Yeah,
you do meditation for 15 minutes or half an hour, then again about 23 hours our mind is monkey mind, so it's keep going. So you're also wasting time. So not so much a perfect solution I'm trying to find, but not yet found. So can you please help
excellent.
me?
Yeah, excellent question. Faizan Sheikh, right? Thank you for being very frank. And this is one of the, major problem faced by almost everyone. So I have a beautiful solution for this. But to keep the curiosity of the presentation alive, I would like to answer this at the end and give you that formula. Works?
Okay, no problem. I will wait for that.
Cool, cool. Done. So moving forward, this is a very interesting table. It will look boring for you, but please don't take it in that theoretical way. Let us go through this table now. So there are 168 hours in a week. So we know that even a rich person, a poor person, a ill person, a healthy person, an intelligent person, not so intelligent person, whoever it might be, if death is not there in that very day, everyone is gifted with 24 hours. No matter who he is, irrespective of everything, God deposits 24 hours in every person's life. So it is upon him to how to utilize that, how to plan that, how to get the most out of it. It is not that rich people have 25 hours, 26 hours in a day, a poor person has 20 hours in a day, a sick person has 18 hours in a day, a healthy person has 30 hours in a day. No, we know this very fact, that no matter, irrespective of everything, God deposits 24 hours as a gift to every person, and it is upon him to how to plan it and what choices he makes. So let us imbibe this, understand and imbibe this technique on how to uh, prioritize. So number one, as you can see in this table, left side we have important and not important in the rows, and in the columns we have urgent and non-urgent. So everyone has these four type of tasks every day coming towards their way. So let us see how to answer those uh, tasks. Number one, important and urgent. You have to do it now. You cannot postpone it. To give you an example of this work, which is important and which is urgent, let us say you have a professional work-related deliverable which has to go out today. You cannot postpone it to tomorrow. You will have to do it today. Those requests which are very urgent and those requests which are very important, you have to do it now. Let us see next. Important but not urgent. What you have to do is you have to start planning how to do it. You don't have to do it right away, because your other tasks which are urgent and important will go for a task if you do the not urgent work now. So what you got to do is you have to plan your day in such a way that the not urgent work, which is important, should be there in your plan. And the second, which is not important but very urgent. So what are these? These are trivial requests from others, apparent emergencies, interruptions and distractions. So this comes usually from your peers, from your friends, from your colleagues. They invite you in a way that it is very urgent. No, we have to go to this party. This is very urgent. It is his birthday. It is this birthday. This event. This event. So we know which is important and which is not important. And when you know that this is not important, this is not going to, not attending that is not going to affect you personally or professionally, but it is very urgent and they present it like an emergency, you have to be bold enough to reject it and say no. And the next, not urgent nor important. So these are the tasks, surprisingly, we spend our major of the day after work and after our personal time. Instead of giving it to family, instead of giving it to some exercise, maintaining our health, giving it to something productive, what we do after our 8 hours of work or 10 hours of work is we spend most of the time in this fourth box which you see, which is not important nor urgent. What are these tasks? Comfort activities, computer games, net surfing, chat, gossip, text, social communications. We all know, especially the teenagers and also the young people in corporate. We know how long we spend our time in our phones. There is an interesting feature in iPhone, especially. It gives you the screen time summary of your entire week and entire day, and you will be surprised to see that. Uh, People spend 8 to 10 hours of a day with their phone, with the screen time on. Mm. We know that we are working from home now and we attend some meetings via phone and all. But then, even during our offices, when we were in offices, when we were physically present there and not using much of our phones in the work hours, even then our screen time will be 6 hours, 7 hours, which is huge. So this is the major time eater. This is what eats our time. So this is challenging. It looks very easy that yeah, I'll not do these tasks from today or I'll start avoiding, but the addiction which we have as of now, it is very difficult to come out of. So let us see going forward how to come out of it. So I hope this is clear to you. Just one quick revision will be: important and urgent, you have to do it now. Important and not urgent, you have to plan to do it. Not important but urgent, if it is not important, you will have to reject it. And not important nor urgent, you will have to resist it. Next, steps to managing your time. Number one, set goals. If you do not have a goal, you cannot set up tasks to achieve that goal. You will not have a path to go. Like, for example, you are in a car, but you don't know what is your destination. Then you will not know what route to take, because you yourselves don't know what destination you're going, where you're going. When you know the destination, you know what path to take, what commute to take, who to take you along, and everything. So the very beginning, the first foundation starts with setting your goals. Second, set reasonable expectations and remember that no one's perfect. So one of the major reasons why we fail in time management is we set such goals which we know are not achievable. Like, for example, we have 24 hours in a day and we set goals which will take 30 hours to complete. And very naturally, we will not be able to do it in 24 hours and we will get disappointed. So the mantra of setting these goals is we have to set reasonable expectations and not aim towards perfection. If we have to aim towards perfection, but we have to settle for excellence. No one is perfect. Third, make a schedule. This looks very boring, but yeah, when you start practicing it day by day, it becomes a habit. We have to make a schedule. When we were kids and we were learning in school, every class has their timetable, has their schedule. That is how classes run. That is how portions get completed, syllabus get completed. But when we grow up, when we take up the responsibilities of ourselves, when we start driving our lives, we miss out on these basic things which gave us success from childhood. So it is very important to make a schedule. Next, revisit and revise your plan. Once you've set goals, reasonable expectations, you've made a schedule. Now you cannot just sit and chill and just go with the tasks. No, you have to have that habit of revisiting your schedule and revising your plan, because we know as human beings we have many tasks trivial requests. We have many natural things coming up, unplanned things coming up, which cannot be avoided because of the. Yeah. Hello. Was anyone speaking? Can I go forward? Okay, let's move forward. So revisit and revise your plan. So this is very important that you revisit your schedule and you see what things you have done and what you have not done. But as I said, as human beings, we have so many things coming up which are unplanned, and our schedule needs some changes. And because of some family emergencies, for example, we will not be able to stick to our timetable at times. So what we have to do at those times is you have to revise your plan, revisit and revise your plan. Next, where to start? As we discussed, we have to set goals, and we have to, while we are setting our goals, we have to see how to do it. Number one, make your goals specific and concrete. Don't be vague. So as I said in the beginning, make goals in such a way that it is achievable. Don't make 30 hours of goals to be achieved in 24 hours. Eventually you'll not achieve it and you'll miss out and you lose your self-confidence, etc. So you have to be very specific, that your goals are to the point and very concrete and they're not vague. Second, set both long-term goals and short-term ones to support them. So like for example, let's take the example of a road journey only. So your long-term goal is to achieve at your destination, but you will have to take those short-term routes to get there. You cannot directly jump towards your destination. You have those small routes to take. So similarly, in order to achieve the bigger goal which you have in mind, the long-term goal, you'll have to set some short-term goals to support them. Without these short-term goals, you will not be able to achieve your long-term goals. So these are the steps. So you have to set those first. Then set a deadline for your goals. We know the human beings have a tendency of doing the tasks, taking up the responsibilities when the time has come. No one wants to do it before time. We all know that when we were kids, when we were studying, no one will study every day. Even the teachers say that you have to go and revise the syllabus which we do every day, that will help you during your exams. Teachers will say that is their task, but what our job is, we study in the end moment. If exams were not there, no one will study. But when exam is there, when the exam is the next day, we all know that the previous night no one will sleep. It's just 2 to 3 hours max which we sleep, and we give up on our food, we give up on our sleep, we give up on our friends, everything, because it's a deadline for us. Tomorrow is the exam and we have to somehow study and we have to be there. So if you don't set deadlines, you will not be able to achieve those goals. So in setting those goals, one of the principle is you have to set a deadline. And next is integrate your goals. School, college, office, personal, career, all these goals should be integrated. We all know that time management is something which is not given more importance to, even though it is very basic quality which we need to achieve whatever goal it might be in life, whether personal, professional, career oriented, or whatever it is. So we'll have to set goals which are integrated. It's not that your goal is something and your short-term goal is something and your long-term goal is something. It has to be integrated. Your short-term goals and your long-term goals have to go with each other. Next is realize that goals change, but know which goals to stick to. So as I said, we as human beings, even though we plan like take example of this COVID situation itself. So many people plan to, start their own business, plan to start their own careers. So many students took admissions to start their university life. So many people had plans of getting married and starting a family. So many plans people had. People had plans of flying abroad, settling there, and they had resigned in their previous companies. People had to go on site. There were so many plans, but all the plans came to a halt with something very minute, which is not even visible to a human naked eye. But that virus, it put the entire world into a standstill. So this is how people's, everything was affected. All the plans were, crushed. But the people who are perseverant and the people who were, goal oriented, those people waited for the right time, and we know it's 2 years now. And now the people who had in their mind of starting the business, of going abroad, all those goals, now they have taken, uh, now people are giving importance to that. People are planning how to, achieve their goals now. They had postponed it due to the natural disaster which we had. But the people who were weak, the people who were not, perseverant, the people started blaming and on the situations, on the natural things, and they gave up on their goals. So we have to be very cautious on this point, that we have to realize that goals might change sometimes, but we have to know what goals to stick to. The basic mantra to understand this is, your small goals might change, but your destination, your end goal should not change. Like, for example, in the same that road journey, we see that when there is a traffic route, we take another route, but we don't change the goal, the destination where we are going to. We just change the route to go towards it. So we have to know which goals to stick to and which to not. Hope this point is clear. The next is set priorities. We all know there is one common answer people give when we ask them to do a task which they don't like to do. What is that common answer? Can anyone tell me? The moment you ask them to do it, they will tell one answer. If they don't want to do it, what is that answer? I hear someone is unmuted. Is it to answer or is it by mistake? Guys, are you with me?
Hello?
Inshallah.
Yeah, inshallah. Okay, great. That is one of the answers. And one more answer is there. Can anyone give a shot?
Usually they say 5 minutes.
Okay, 5 minutes. Okay, you're close. Okay, I'll answer it for you. I am busy. Correct? Do you people agree? I am busy is one of the most common answers.
Yes, yes.
Yes. Why? Whenever you approach a person, immediately what he'll say is, no, I'm busy, I'm busy, I'm busy. But the fact is, I don't know how many people would agree, but this is the fact that no one is busy in this world. Everyone is gifted with 24 hours, and everyone is gifted with so many responsibilities that he can easily take care of those responsibilities in this 24 hours. But we all fail, and we come to this answer that I am busy is because we don't know how to set priorities.
Agree.
If people start prioritizing, no one will be busy, because everyone has good amount of time. If you do all the tasks also, you will have 1 or 2 hours for yourself if you learn how to prioritize. So let us see and how to prioritize things. Number 1, what's important and what isn't. This is what is priorities. We have to rank our tasks and give them the topmost priority, what task is, and then next and the next and the next. So we'll have to start ranking our tasks to, set priorities. What order to do things need to be done in. So we'll have to decide which task to take up first. Once you know what your priorities are, you need to plan out a schedule. Like for example, for a student, he will have semesters, he'll have weeks, he'll have day exams, he'll have weekend exams, he'll have semester exams. So similarly, in our corporate lives also, we have our weekly goals, our daily goals, our monthly goals, quarterly goals. So we'll have to have that in mind, that yeah, in this month I'm going to exceed my expectations by achieving these goals. In the quarter, I'm going to be outstanding performer in my quarter by achieving these goals. So we'll have to divide those goals and do it. Yeah, planning may seem hard at first, but the more you do it, the easier and more natural it gets. Like similarly, when a small kid starts learning how to ride a bicycle, it seems very difficult for him, and he needs somebody's support. He needs those 2 extra wheels to start learning how to ride a bicycle. Then slowly you remove those, as he learns, you remove those extra wheels, and then he starts crumbling and falling, and with that fear. But slowly, when he learns how to balance that cycle and how to pedal and how to gain speed, now he wants to ride it in one wheel. That is because his subconscious mind has captured it now, and now he can ride the bicycle while talking, while eating, while chewing, while on a single wheel, while someone on the back. He can do anything because he's learned it. So similarly, time management, in the beginning it will seem something very hard, very boring, very impossible. But then when you adapt yourselves with these techniques, and when you organize your day and you are principled in your time, it becomes a habit and part of your life. And after that, without time management, you will feel your day is not done. Nobody is too busy. It's just a matter of priorities. As I said, no one is busy. Everyone has ample amount of time, but then because of the failure of priorities, we all get into a situation where we have so many ad hoc requests remaining, so many deliverables remaining, so many people to answer to, so many people to take up responsibilities. Since we don't have those priorities, we fail personally and professionally. So organizing your time, set realistic goals. There are only 24 hours in a day. You cannot have 25 hours or 30 hours or 26 hours, not even a minute more. Whatever you have to organize is in those 24 hours. Your sleep comes in those 24 hours, your professional goals, your personal goals, your personal commitments, everything is in that 24 hours. So we will have to feed this in our minds and accept this fact that no one is gifted with more time. Whatever people are achieving they are achieving in this time only, which you are gifted with. Use spare time to review. As I said, once you organize your time and when you have this time management skill, you will have some spare time. So you will have to initially, at least, don't spend on leisure. Initially, at least, you have to use that spare time to review what you were able to achieve and what you were not. Study at the same time each day, make it a habit. Like for example, in our professional lives, if we see students life, they study, they just keep learning. But in corporate life, what we do along with learning is the practical job which we do. And we all know that the competitive world which we have today, every corporate professional is learning, is upskilling, it's cross-skilling constantly, because if you're not updated, you're just outdated. So you will have to make yourselves the time to upgrade yourself every day with the trending technology, the trends which we are in, so that we are in par. Divide your time into manageable chunks. So what you have to do is you will have to divide your time according to the tasks. Okay, this time goes for this time goes for this, which we usually do, but not so, we're not principled yet. And then leave extra time at the end. So what you have to do, one of the takeaway of this point is, what we do in advance, what filter we have is, okay, I'm almost finishing my tasks, so I will have some time spare, so let me take that spare time now only. So this is the mistake which we do, and we take that spare time, and the spare time, that extra time will never end. What will happen is our tasks will go for a task. Try it and evaluate your plan. How are you actually using your time? You have to start evaluating. Okay, this is the time I have. Now at presently, how am I using it? Where is my time going? My time is going somewhere. Time is not waiting for anyone. It didn't wait for anyone. It will not wait for anyone. It is going, and it is just moving. It is not waiting for anyone. And how am I actually using it? You have to evaluate. And next, which tasks were you able to do? What didn't get done? As we know that we no one are perfect, and we plan so many things, but at the end of the day, we know that few things get unanswered, get uncompleted. So we'll have to evaluate that, okay, what was I able to do and what I did not. And the last thing is, was your energy level appropriate? How about your stress level? So you have to start, evaluating the perks which you have got. Okay, before managing time, I was so stressed, and I was not that, my energy was not so high. Now I have started, managing my time, planning my day. Let us evaluate how was my energy level after managing time. Let us evaluate how is my stress level after managing time. So these evaluations will, push you to do better. What changes need to be made to your weekly schedule? We all know that we have personal commitments, family commitments as well. And for few professionals, we have that challenge of rotational shifts as well. So you have to, make your weekly schedule as to how you divide your professional life, personal life, and your family life. What are persistent time wasters? You have to evaluate and identify on what are you wasting your time the most. Like, for example, for students, if we take, games is something which interests them. And for professionals, if we take, let us take some tech videos which they watch over and over again. Few people watch news over and over again. Few people are so addicted to movies that it does not stop. The chain just goes on and on and on, one after the other. And one of the major thing is the series, which is the web series, which is the trend going now. That once you get attached into it, it is like a net which, people don't stop until that series ends, and they just don't realize that they are wasting their valuable time on something which is not even a reality. So you will have to, identify what are your persistent time wasters and have a check on them. Was procrastination an issue? Okay, let me stop here. And can anyone tell me, what do you understand by procrastination? We have heard this word over and over again. What is our understanding?
Delaying the task.
Perfect answer. The right keyword, delaying the tasks. So we have to avoid procrastination. So like our friend said, the action of delaying or postponing something. This we had a training in my previous company, and during the training we had a trainer from US, and she said that in India there is postpone and also prepone, but in US they don't follow something which they follow prepone, but most of the time they never follow postpone how they follow in India, is what she said. So we know that we are addicted to this. What we are so confident that we will be able to complete everything, that we will just keep on delaying, postponing tasks until the last neck moment. Like to take an example of a cricket match, like how a team just goes very slow and they come to a situation where they know that they will not be able to hit so many runs in the balls remaining. So that is how we land up at the end of the day without time management, that we know that the arts which we have and the tasks which we have, we will not able to achieve it. One of the major reasons is procrastination. So we'll just look at this in detail. Number
So
one,
I have a doubt. Is it because we are lazy for now and we want to do the task the later part of time? Is it something because of that, or how is it?
yes, absolutely. That is one of the major reasons, that laziness is something which we have inbuilt. No one has to learn to be lazy. We all as human beings are lazy. It is there within. We will have to fight and come out of it. If we don't fight it, then it is by default there. To give you a small example, everyone in the world wants to study in a huge university, a big name. Everyone wants to own a very expensive car. Everyone wants to own a very expensive bungalow. But the very reason why people are not able to achieve it is because of the laziness which they have. Everyone wants a very crisp body, very nice looking healthy body. But then they know that they have to do two things. Number one is follow a strict diet, and number two is follow exercise every day. But then the discipline which these two bring, they are so lazy to do it that they are ready to carry that unshaped body, but they are not ready to fight that laziness and do these two tasks. So laziness is something which we have, and we'll have to fight it out. So that's one of the major reasons, as you said, we delay
Thanks.
tasks. Yeah,
Thanks.
yeah, no problem. So forms of procrastination: ignoring the task, hoping it will go away. What we'll do is, okay, if I keep ignoring, maybe this task will just go away. This is not important only. With the hope that it might go away, we will start ignoring it. Next, underestimating how long it will take, or overestimating your abilities and resources. Yeah, this is very interesting point. What we feel is, we will underestimate how long it will take. Like for example, if a task is taking 3 hours, we will say, okay, we will overestimate our abilities, and we will say, okay, I'll do it in 1.5 hours, I'll do it in 1 hour. So that overconfidence will lead you to underestimate the actual time and overestimate your abilities, which eventually will lead to delaying that task. Telling yourself that poor performance is okay, or insisting on perfection. So what we'll do is, it's okay, at least I'm doing better, no better than that guy. So this comparison will give you that comfort zone, or that madness for perfection will again bring down your confidence. A person who is mad for perfection will never be satisfied. The next is doing something else that isn't very important. We know that uh, uh, a deliverable should go, and there is a very important task in hand. There are so many people waiting for your outcome, the file which you will prepare and present. And what you are doing is, you know that it is important and you have less amount of time, but then you're busy watching a match, a cricket match, or surfing something in the internet, or just going out with friends. You know it is not important, but you're doing it. And that's how the task gets delayed. Believing that repeated minor delays won't hurt you. This is a very interesting point and a takeaway, I feel. What we do is, we feel that, okay, it's just a minor delay, this will not affect my actual goal. This is just a minor thing. It's just a 10 minutes delay. It's just a 1 day delay. It's just a 2 day delay. This should be okay. Especially students face this, like when they are asked to do a project or something. What they do is, they just keep on postponing that project. Okay, I'll do it tomorrow. I'll write the thesis tomorrow. I'll read the introduction tomorrow, this, that, and all. And those minor delays will bring them in a situation where they will submit the projects after the submission date. Next, talking about rather than doing it. So we Indians have especially have these thing of talking a lot. We talk about things, we boast about things that मैं ऐसा कर लूंगा, मैं वैसा कर लूंगा, I'll do this, I'll do that, I'll achieve this, I'll achieve that, and not do anything about it. So we'll have to walk the talk. This is where we have to bring ourselves, putting all your work on only one part of the task. So what we do is uh, instead of dividing the task and giving each task time, what we do is we give our entire time to one task, and the remaining, for example, remaining 3 tasks remain undone. So these are the forms of procrastination. We'll have to slowly understand these forms, and we will have to tackle this, and we will have to come to a practice where we stop delaying things and doing things on time. So how to do that? Number 1, win the mental battle by committing to being on time. So once you make that commitment that no, I will be on time, what you will do is for that ego that okay, I want to do it, you will definitely do it. Like for example, you have to reach to a meeting on time, and there is traffic and you will not be able to be there on time. If you are committed mentally that no, I'll have to be there on time, you will make sure that you start early. So you will automatically do that. And next is set and keep deadlines. As we discussed in the very beginning of the presentation, deadlines are very important. Without deadlines, you will not be able to achieve anything. Next, organize, schedule, and plan. So we'll have to organize our day, schedule our day, and plan our day. Divide a big job into small parts. We'll have to have that skill. We said divide and conquer. So this is what will work here. We'll have to divide our tasks, and then we'll have to complete those small tasks. Because the moment you see a big task, you will lose confidence. Okay, this I'll not be able to do it. So what you'll have to do is divide the task. And one more thing what we can do is, if the task is something which can be handed over to someone else also, like for example, there are 4 tasks and you can take up 2 and someone else can take up 2, you'll have to do that also, so that you achieve your bigger goal. Find a way to make a game of your work or make it fun. Okay, we all know that especially people who have small kids at home, if it's your own kid or your relative or whoever it is who has come to your home or something like that. Let us take, for example, you have come from office. It's not work from home, and you have come from office, and it was a very, very tiring day. You have had a very tough day on the job, and you're damn tired. You're just home. And that small kid who is there at your home, he is playing from morning. He's playing different games from morning, from this game to that game, this game to that game. And even he's tired. He's also super tired. But the moment you enter at home, that kid will tell you, okay, let's start playing. Even though he is very tired from morning in playing itself, but then still, if you tell him, okay, let's play, he will be energetic to play. The only reason, there is one reason why he does that. Can anyone tell me? Why is that kid not tired and he still wants to continue playing, even though he's been doing that the all day?
Given the priority.
Okay.
Because he likes,
he enjoys the
exactly
play.
Right word.
because he likes doing that.
Because
He likes doing that. He wants to do that.
Kid doesn't have future worries and past stress, so he enjoys the present moment mainly.
Yes. Excellent team. Very nice. A response you people gave. The right word I was looking for is enjoy. He enjoys it, as you said. He enjoys the game, and enjoyment is something which will not make you tired. So similarly, the fun thing what we have to do in our work is we will have to start loving our work. And if we do that, we will the work will seem like a game to us. We will start enjoying it, and we will not feel like, okay, I'm dedicating extra half an hour today, extra 1 hour today. That stress will not be there because we're enjoying our work. So it is very important, to enjoy whatever you do. There was my senior manager in EY. I had asked him once that people say, do what you love and love what you do. And we don't know what job we will land up in, whether we will love that job or we will not love that job. We don't know. So how do we tackle this? I had asked him this question. He gave a very beautiful answer. What he said was, he said there are two types of marriages. First is love marriage, where you love someone and then get married. Second is arranged marriage, where you get married and then you have to love her or him. You don't have an option. So whenever life gives you a job which you actually love, that is your luck, and it's easy, to get along with it. But if at all, this is life, things don't go our way all the time. If at all you get a job, you land up in a job where you don't like it, you will have to start liking it and start loving it and be passionate about it. And then eventually you will definitely start loving your job and you will do well in that. So you'll have to find a way to make a game of your work or make it fun. This is what it means. Hope this example helped understand the point. The next is reward yourself when you are done. So reward is something which interests people a lot. So no one will come and reward you for your time management. Definitely, you will feel the rewards while as you see the improved quality of work, less level of stress, and appreciation from family because you're able to dedicate them time. But then you'll have to reward yourself as well. You have to appreciate yourself that you were able to do certain tasks and you were able to improve from what you were yesterday with respect to time management. Next, tell your friends and roommates to remind you of priorities and deadlines. So one trick what you can do is you can tell your closed ones like your spouse or your mom, your dad, or your siblings, your friends. You can tell them, okay, I have set these tasks to do. Can you just remind me to do it? We all know that we are actually doing this right now as well. But then we'll have to make it as a practice because reminders will help in meeting the deadlines. And we have to tackle time wasters. Let me take a 1-minute break and ask you guys, are we following, guys? How is the presentation going till now? Are you guys with me?
Yeah, we are enjoying the presentation actually here.
Great. Okay. Any more feedback?
How can we reward ourselves, Tauqeer? Can I know? Because in case of reward, we cannot eat daily ice creams. So how can we reward?
Buy yourself an iPhone. Yeah, like a small gift for yourself. Like you gift yourself something. Let's keep it personal between you and yourself, and you can just set yourself some goal. Like for example, okay, if at all I do this task and all, I've been asking, I've been wanting to buy a perfume for myself from a long time, that particular brand. So what I'll do is, if at all I achieve these goals, then I'll buy it for myself. So this is how you reward yourself.
Okay, fine, but we cannot do that daily or on 2-3 days. iPhone,
No,
because
daily.
Yeah.
No, not daily. When you achieve a significant goal, like
Okay, large goal.
a long time. Yeah.
Okay, large goal. Yeah, got it.
Also, like if you want to reward yourself every day, you can just pat your back every day.
That's the best.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I do actually.
Yeah, you don't have to spend any rupees, and you can just stand in front of the mirror and instead of doing all the monkey things we do,
I do that every day actually.
Yeah, that's a great practice. Actually, you'll have to start appreciating yourself, because what you say yourselves is what the entire world thinks about you. So you'll have to feed that positivity. Absolutely. Great point. Yeah.
Thanks.
Let's move forward. Okay, I'll take that as a yes. So tackle
Yes.
time wasters. Learn to recognize when you are wasting time. First of all, we have to recognize that when is my time going. Usually, when we are in office hours, we don't waste our time because the deadlines which we have, the goals which we have, they are set in such a way that the time we have itself seems very less. So that is not the time where we waste time. So when is that time? That time is actually off office hours, when nobody is at home, when you're all by yourself. So these are the times. So you will have to recognize that time waste, that time first, and then what you have to do, decide what you need to do and can realistically do. So what you have to do is, okay, this is the time where I am wasting. So what you'll have to do is keep something interesting to do at that time, which is beneficial also and very interesting also. Like for example, it is very boring for us to go and work out in the gym or work out in a park. So what you'll have to do is, don't go and work out in the park. What you just do, just go and sit in the park, just have a walk, just observe how things are, how nature is, and come back. It is something which you can realistically do, and it is not boring also. Learn how to say no when you don't have time. So this is a very important point, because when we say no, people get offended. So what we have to do is, you have to learn how to say it. There is a very beautiful saying which goes like this, which says, it is not what you say, it is how you say. It is the tone which will matter, it is the pitch which will matter, it is the your facial expression which will matter. So you'll have to learn how to say no to people, ignore people. Like we learned initially in that table, there will be time wasters, there will be trivial requests coming our way which is not important. So we cannot be rude to them and tell, because man is a social animal. We cannot live without people, without our friends, without our family. So we'll have to be humble enough to say no. Return calls at your convenience. The phone is a major time killer. So there is a beautiful feature come up in iOS 15. People who are using iPhone will know it. uh, there is a focus feature which is added, where you just switch on that focus. You just select few numbers which are allowed to call you at that time, and you don't even get any notification, any time wasters thing. So that way it helps you to and respond to only those calls which are very necessary, and other calls, it will not even show you. So this is something which technology has come up with. So what we can do is, we'll have to keep our phone aside, and we'll have to keep in such a way when we are doing a very important task, that we shouldn't even know when the light goes on. Because the moment the phone is in silent and it light goes on also, the moment you pick the phone, you just go from one app to this app to that app to that update to that update. Thankfully, I'm not in social media like Facebook, Insta and all, but I know people who use these stuff are wasting a lot of time and uploading stories. If not uploading stories also, they're busy in seeing people's stories. That is so disturbing also, and that is eating their time. So the best thing is, you have to keep your phone in such a way that you're not able to see that phone until and unless you finished your important task which you're doing. Learn to say, I can't right now, I'll get back to you. So instead of completely rejecting or avoiding, one of the trick what we can do is, we can just postpone these things and say that we will get back to you in some time. Wasting time is often linked to a lack of self discipline. So self discipline is something which is very important, and no one can teach you except yourself. You will have to we will have to come up with there is one gift which God has given every human being, that is willpower. Willpower, it is a beautiful gift which we have heard these saying a lot of time. Where there is a will, there is a way. But I've heard a next version of it, which goes like this: where there is a will, there is a way. There are ways, there are highways, there are runways. If not, there are runaways. So when you have to use this gift, the gift of willpower, to discipline yourself. You will have initially it becomes tough, but eventually you will learn how to do it. So you'll have to be self-disciplined. No, I will have to do this task, I will have to do it in this point of time, I'll have to complete it in this time. That self-discipline is something which will take you to greater heights, and this is difficult. That's why many people don't have it. But once you start practicing, you will be gifted with this beautiful attribute. Next, ask yourself, do I really need to do this or not? There are few tasks which come our way, as we said, that which is not important. So whenever you are doing that task, you need to ask yourself, do I need to do it or not? Is it important or not? There is this famous person whom we all know, Steve Jobs. He is the founder of Apple. Great person, very great personality. There is one beautiful thought which I read from his quotes, which inspired me a lot, and he read it from some book which inspired him a lot, and he followed that entire life. This is one of the major takeaways. If you want to note it down, you can, or it is there in the internet also. The quote is, he says, whenever you do a task, just ask yourself, if this was your last day of life, after this you're not going to wake up next morning, are you still going to do that task? If the answer is yes, you do that task. If the answer is no, you just leave that task, and one day you will most certainly be right. So the catch of this proverb is that you will have to, for example, if we say, if this was the last day of your life, will we do anything which is not important, which is a time waster? No one will do it. Everyone will do something which is productive, which is important, which is necessary. So we'll have to ask ourselves, if this was the last day of my life, will I still do what I am doing? If no, then just leave that task. If yes, then continue to that task. So we'll have to keep on. This was just an example to understand how sincere people are. But just for beginners like us, what we can do is, we'll have to ask ourselves whether whatever task I'm engaging in, is it something beneficial? Do I have to do it or not? If the answer is no from your inner side, it will be no. If it is not, then just don't justify it, just leave the task. Learn to say no, how we saw in the previous presentation. Avoid the temptation to socialize when you have scheduled work. If friends ask you to join them last minute, decline outright, but ask if you could get together later in the week. So these are few tips how to say no. Socializing is important when you don't have other things to worry about. So you don't have to prioritize socializing first. Work or learn somewhere, you won't be tempted to chat. Watch movies or YouTube, or use social utilities like Facebook, Insta, etc. So you'll have to keep yourself away from this environment. Texts are a major distraction. So as I said, don't even let that light which goes on during a notification, don't even see that light. So DB. So we are almost towards the end of the presentation. I'll just do a debrief, and then we can have a Q&A. Time and energy management can make you more productive and reduce your stress level. So by this presentation, we understood that time management increases our energy levels and reduces our stress level. There are 3 steps of managing time. Number 1 is set goals. Second is making a schedule. And third, and very important, is revisit your schedule and revise your plan if needed. Then be tough with your time. Actively avoid procrastination and time wasters. Learn to say no to distractions. Employ a variety of time management strategies to maximize your time. Relax and enjoy the extra time that you have discovered. Time to celebrate success. Thank you for your time and attention. Yes. Any questions related to the presentation? Shoot. It's your time.
Just regarding my first question answer, which I was
Yes,
waiting.
just have it in mind. Yeah.
Yeah. And second, can I ask question second?
Yeah, I'll answer the first one first.
Okay.
Okay. Okay. So in our previous office, there was this quote, there was a thought almost on every wall, on every desk, on every table. They gave these batches also, which had this one line written on it, which said, "Be here now." BEHERENOW. Be here now. The beautiful concept of this is whatever you're doing in life, just 1 second. Yeah. So whatever you're doing in life, uh, the task which you're in, you'll have to be try and be 100% into it. Like for example, when you're in office work, don't think about family. When your time is family, don't think about office. When you're doing a workout, don't think about anything else. So whatever task you're doing, just give that task 100%. That will avoid you, help you avoiding overthinking, because you are present at whatever you're doing. You don't have to bring your home to office, or you don't have to bring your office to home. This is difficult, but not at all impossible. You can do it. So one of the major takeaway of this concept is whatever you're doing, let it be anything. You're praying, you are studying, you are at work, or your workout. Whatever you're doing, give your 100% focus to it. Don't involve anything extra on that. At that time, what happens is you will stop overthinking and you will give your 100% to whatever you're doing. I still in my workplace, in my even at my home, I still have that badge, just wherever I'm sitting, so that I keep seeing that and reminding myself that whatever I'm doing, I will have to be there at that time. So be here now. This is a very beautiful concept. When you start practicing, you will realize what impact this is having. Does
Okay.
that answer?
Yeah, okay. So we need to practice on focusing on present, right?
Yes, yes, yes.
Yeah, because okay, I will start practicing on focusing on present, because mind comes automatically those things in between. So we'll take care
You
of
will
that.
have to
Thank you.
avoid it. Yeah, you will have to
Yeah.
avoid it, because it will come, but you don't have to multiply. It will come because we don't have control on our mind. To give
Yeah.
you one small example, we see a traffic police. Um, Vehicles come from all the ways, from right, from left, from his behind, and from forward. The only thing which the traffic police does is he just keeps that vehicles moving. That vehicles will come. We cannot stop those vehicles. If the vehicles are stopped, his job is only gone. That vehicles will come. No one can stop the vehicles. His task is only to pass those vehicles. When he passes those vehicles, there will not be traffic jam. But when he holds those vehicles, there will be traffic jam. So similarly, when these thoughts come to our mind, coming is not at all a bad thing. It is a very natural thing. But if we ponder over it, then the traffic jam of thought happens. When we stop doing that, when we just pass those thoughts, things go smoothly.
Okay, Tauqeer. Thank you, Tauqeer, for your
Yeah.
great feedback. So
Yeah.
focusing on present is the key. Which
Yes.
present we can give to ourselves.
Yes. Yes.
So,
You,
yeah,
you had
Tauqeer.
another question?
Yes, I have second question. That is last
Yeah.
question, I think.
Sure. Go on.
Yeah. So my second question is in the presentation in between. I think regarding in setting goals, I think you had explained something. So as I see, the main use of time management, is a time utilization in a good way. So
Yeah.
as you had told in that, like in professional life, because corporate life and college life is different. Because
Yeah.
in corporate life, professionals need to update themselves in new skills, because
Yes.
if they do not update them, then they will outdate. So
Yes.
The main use of time utilization is one kind of independent learning and independent researching. For example, yeah, because the main use of time utilization is independent learning and independent that researching. For example, if we see towards Israel case, out of 500 innovation and scientific awards, they have won 143 awards. Even they have only 1.5 crore population in the whole world, which is even less than Mumbai. So because they are utilizing their time in a great way, which is making them great. So
Yes.
but in our, for this is question for our school students, because as we see our school students, I can this is my personal opinion on that. It's like one kind of 10 years of time wastage in school and colleges, because they don't have any option of say, independent learning and independent researching. They are only keep ratta of x plus y equal to z. So
Yeah.
how can we guide our, because that is students age. बिकॉज हम एक्चुअली क्या होता है कि जो हमारी नॉर्मल एज है उसमें हम लोग लर्निंग कर सकते हैं, कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं है, लर्निंग की कोई एज नहीं है. लेकिन जो स्कूल में जो बच्चों की एज होती है लर्निंग की, उस टाइम पर उनका माइंड ज्यादा एब्जॉर्व करता है इन चीजों को. तो उस टाइम पे अगर हम बच्चों को इंडिपेंडेंट लर्निंग का, क्योंकि उनको मौका ही नहीं मिलता, उनको पूरा टैलेंट स्कूल के एजुकेशन सिस्टम में खत्म हो जाता है हमारे इंडिया में खास करके. चीजें एक्स प्लस वाई इक्वल टू जेड सिखाते जिसमें ना कोई स्किल है ना तो कोई कुछ वो फ्यूचर में कर पाता है. तो फिर हम अपने बच्चों को ऐसा प्लेटफॉर्म कैसे दें कि ताकि वो 10 इयर्स वेस्ट करने की बजाय 10 इयर्स अपने टाइम को अच्छे से यूटिलाइज करे और कुछ लर्निंग करे, ताकि हम भी, मतलब जब इजराइल कर सकते हैं इतना कुछ तो हम लोग क्यों नहीं कर सकते.
Yeah, so realistically what we can do is we don't have that authority or that reach to change the entire system of education and all. So what is in our hands and what we can do is we have to imbibe self learning in our schools and colleges. The same syllabus, the same thing, but the approach should change, and the students should be groomed in such a way that they are imbibing self-learning inside themselves. Like for example, in foreign universities and all, people have that attitude that they themselves, students themselves, fund their studies. Not they study on their own, but they fund their studies. So this active shift is important. Great thought. Thank you. What's your name?
Faizan Sheikh.
Okay. Anyone else questions,
Thank
please?
Thank you. Tauqeer, to your point, I certainly don't agree to what Faizan just said, because without any basic, without any your startup, kids cannot grow without schools and all of this. So education system, what right now is, should be there. And that's how
education system should be there. Definitely, it should be there. But the approach, slowly, gradually, it should change. That students are not totally dependent on their teachers and mentors, but slowly they start taking care of themselves, and self-learning is something we'll have to slowly implement. Education system, definitely, as you said, that is the soul, and it should be there. Yeah.
Okay, perfect. I have just one question after this. So my question is, I am right now doing a work from home, which is due to this pandemic situation. But then I am having hard time. I'm having hard time to balance my work life with personal life. So how do I manage this? Do you have any tips for this to manage both at a certain time?
Yeah. What I would say is the best thing, the only thing which we have to sacrifice and divide the time is the rest time. The sleep time, the rest time which we have, that's the only thing which we can buy some time out of, because we all know that since we are working from home, the technical glitches are there all the time, and new hires are there. We have to explain them, we have to train them, all these things are there. Even though we are saving time of traveling, but then the tasks which we have, the goals which we have, it is eating some time, which is more than what is there. Like countries like New Zealand, they have very nice labor laws where they just work for 6 hours a day, and they take usual offs also. But then Indian labor law is not like that, and it is a good attitude. What people feel is when you stretch, when you do more than what you're asked for, this is something which is celebrated. So we cannot do anything about it, and what we can do is we can avoid and we can learn to say no if we are overburdened with work. Like if you are not 1 or 2 days it is exceeding, it's fine, but often if we are overburdened with work, we'll have to confidently say no and divide the work and divide the task and let the other teammates also join you. And since family is something which cannot be compromised, family commitments cannot be compromised. If family is compromised, then it will affect you professionally and mentally also. So what we can do is we'll have to buy ourselves some time from our rest time, our sleep time, and give that to family and balance work life like this. When there is busy season at work and you're running busy. If not, when you start following these things, definitely slowly you will see the changes and you will see some leisure time as a reward.
Thank you, Tauqeer.
Thank you. Yeah. Anyone else? Do we have any more questions?
Yeah, Tauqeer, I think
we are done.
In the chat, we have some questions.
Okay, I'm not able to see the chat. Can someone read it for me, please?
Yeah, let me read out for you.
Yeah, sure.
So there is one question, I think again from Faisal Ahmed Khan, how we manage our sleeping time.
Sleeping time.
Yep.
Okay, the best trick to manage sleeping time is we'll have to close our eyes and also close our mobile data. When we turn off our mobile data, definitely we'll go to bed early. You may find this humorous, but then this is the truth.
Absolutely, this is the truth.
Yeah. Anyone else? Any questions remaining?
Yeah. So there is another question from Dr. Sabina, madam.
Yeah.
Asking what are the different ways of separating personal life from the professional activities for an academician?
Personal life from?
Academician.
How to take out
from
personal
academic background, right?
Yeah. Okay. Okay.
So what are the different ways of separating the personal life from the professional activities for an academician? That means she is in the college, right? So whatever activity she is getting from the college and her personal work. So how she need to balance this?
Yeah, the simple answer to this will be like from our presentation itself, it will be prioritization. We'll have to, rank our tasks, and according to those ranks, we'll have to finish the task. And when we do that, automatically we will see that work life is balanced, our routines are met, our family is also getting the time, and also our professional tasks are also answered and they are done. So we'll have to do this practice. When we start doing this practice, we will, no matter whatever profession we are in, we will see the results. So priority is the key. We'll have to start ranking our tasks. And the one more thing is we will have to dedicate our tasks also. Especially what mentality few people have is, okay, everything I need to do. No, that's never the answer. Teamwork is the great work. Teamwork is best work. Whatever task can be dedicated to others and others are available, we'll have to start dividing the task so that we buy ourselves some time instead of doing all tasks by ourselves. Yeah. Any more questions, Shahid bhai?
One second. I think Dr. Rukhsana madam has something to say. If she can unmute.
Sure.
Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. It was an awesome presentation. Very, very happy to have been a part of this. So blessed to have a speaker like Tauqeer Ahmed. So I'll go through the recording once again. Thank you so much. It's okay.
Yeah,
Thank
thank
you.
you. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
So any more questions? Okay, so if no further questions, I think I should take this opportunity to especially thanks all the participants to making sure that they didn't go unmuted, right, while the presentation.
Yeah. Correct.
So that was wonderful. So we didn't hear any background noise. The presentation went very smoothly, and it was very interactive. A lot of insight has been given by young Tauqeer Ahmed. MashaAllah, the more early you learn how to manage your time in your career, I think that the more success you will be seeing in your life. So I appreciate Tauqeer taking out time to learn these skills and sharing your expertise with us. The entire forum today enjoyed. I think the time we have spent today taking out from our family life is very precious, and I think we'll carry these key points with us in our rest of our life, so that we don't waste our time, especially when we are so much addicted to the social media. A lot of distractions are there. So this particular topic is now helping us to realize how much time we are wasting with all these distractions and learning the skill how to say no. So I think it's a wonderful session. So we should keep going back to this presentation again and again, so that repetition will make us remember these things. And one more thing I would like to say, Tauqeer Ahmed Bhai here. I think the participants were not just 40. So along with each participant, the entire house was also attending, because this key topic is relevant for the people of every age. So
Yes,
really
right.
listening to your time management.
I want to give one suggestion, Tauqeer Bhai. Tauqeer Bhai, can you please make presentation in the next call or in the next recording of independent learning or independent research, and what can be the options, so that anyone can learn and learn in terms of that. So what can be the best options, and how to perform like independent learning and independent researching? So can you make a present? It's a request.
And Shana, thank you for your suggestion. Definitely we'll look into it. Inshallah.
Yeah, because inshallah, if we start to make initiatives, then I think things might be slowly change. Because education is necessary. I don't have problem with that. Education is necessary. That is beneficial. Education is necessary. But I have problem with education system. Which
No, thank you for the suggestion. We'll look forward to it.
Yeah, hi. Assalamu alaikum. Just a small question before we wrap up. Where can we access this recording, please? Where is the recording available?
So this will be available in tinyurl/mfid that is already shared in the
sorry,
chat box.
I can barely hear anyone.
You can just go back to the chat box. It is already mentioned there. tinyurl/mfid.
tinyurl/mfid.
All caps. MFID all caps.
Thank you so much. Jazakallah. Thanks.
Welcome. I think so. We have the expert participants. If you would like to share any of your topic of your interest, you can reach out to us. We can definitely have your session also, so that others can benefit from your expertise.
Okay? Are we done? Can I? I have something to say.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, so firstly, I would like to thank the participants, for the active participation. I was very skeptical because we were in a virtual setup and presenting from home. I was skeptical whether, people will just switch on and just have their own personal time. But then beautiful audience, so whenever I asked questions and I got immediate feedback, that was something very amazing. And I would like very humbled and very thankful for your valuable time. Hope this was a great time for you, and you had something valuable to take. The last two quotes which I would like to end with is, and I would suggest, if you have taken notes already, you can take these quotes as well. Number one is, do it now, sometimes later becomes never. So you will have to start doing it. Whatever we have learned here, we have to start doing it right now, from today, and not postpone and not procrastinate, because delaying something can lead to never. So do it now, sometimes later becomes never. And the last quote is, even a right decision is wrong if it is taken too late. So we took a right decision that we have to start managing time, but if we do it very late, then it becomes wrong, because we have like, for example, if someone meets with accident and then he decides that no, he had to take the other turn, he took a right decision, but it is too late, and it becomes wrong. So just these two quotes I would like to leave everyone with. Number one is, do it now, sometimes later becomes never. And the second thought is, even a right decision is wrong if it is taken too late. With that, I would like to leave the audience, and all the very best for your future endeavors. Great audience, great learning for me as well. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Tauqeer. Bye.
Yeah. Allah Hafiz. Bye.
Allah Hafiz.
Allah Hafiz. Jazakallah. So we'll end this session.
Yeah, sure.
Thanks, Tauqeer.
Yeah, Jazakallah.